Good morning. All right, I'm going to attempt to start getting this thing ready to go and winterizing it. I need to drain the tanks. It's the first thing, so I'm going to do that. Going to take off the low point drain. So for now, I'm going to just leave those off. I've got to go take it to the dump station and empty the tanks real quick. The gray and the black one more time. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and let's drain this hot water heater. Take this rod out. And I am going to go ahead and now let's rinse this out, get this done. That way I don't have to worry about it. Okay. So my hot water heater's taken care of. Now, normally you may want to put that back in to keep bugs from getting in, but it is now, we're going into Iowa tomorrow. It's going to be freezing weather. There ain't no bugs. And we plan on taking this back out in the middle of February. So I'm going to just leave that out. And we've been driving, I drove over here to the campground with those plugs off. And you can see there's still some water coming out. So I'm going to leave those off until I get back. I still got to go to Walmart and get the antifreeze. Hopefully they have stuff I need to hook up to the pump, because I really don't want to have to drive all over town to do this. All right, so that's it for what I need to do here. I'm going to pick up all my stuff and head to Walmart. Originally I was going to stop in Topeka and have somebody professional do the winterizing. However, I did some looking up. It's really not that hard to do as long as you're prepared. The issue is there really is nothing open today. It's Sunday. I was able to get some stuff from Walmart, but not everything I needed. So I'm going to try to get as far as I can get. Now, there are a few things I'll cover that I won't be able to do today. Maybe I'll find an RV repair shop along the way and they'll have the item I can purchase. One thing you're going to want, because this has a black tank flush, you do need to flush any water out of that. They make a hand pump that'll allow you to pump the antifreeze into the system. I don't know what all comes with the hand pump, but I went ahead and picked this up at Walmart while I was there. Now this is for air. Anyway, I'm thinking that might be useful. We'll see. The hand pump for putting the antifreeze into the system for RVs might already come with that, but I just want to be sure. I didn't need this, but in Sedona, I did need something like this. I actually had to manually hold the black tank line and gray tank line while they were dumping. So I had to pull the valve, run really fast to the end of the hose before the water started coming out, and hold it on the thing because of how their valves were. So I picked this up because I hadn't seen one before, so I have it. So for any weird future issues with hooking up the black tanks at any dump stations or RV parks. So that's not necessary for this. I found these really nice level things. It's funny that I get that at the end of the trip. I've been using a hand level this whole time. I figured that'll be nice just to you know, get the trailer level, put those things on. That way I can just glance on them. But they did have this stuff, so I got this as well. And it is non-toxic and it is not alcohol based, so it should not mess up any seals or stuff like that. So the next thing I have to do is I have to take the water filter out. Now, as you saw, I took the valves off, let all the water drain. I've been driving back and forth, so pretty much all the water should be out. I did turn the pump on for a while, let it pump as much as it could out. We'll see where we're at now with that water filter, and we'll see how full that bowl is. So this little guy here was hidden underneath the drawer here, and no one even told me what it was. I'm glad I didn't throw it away. This is what you use to take the water filter off. As you saw earlier on this trip, I went ahead and removed the door that was screwed on and changed it to an actual air filter cover. And so that works really handy as an access now. And also, as a quick disclaimer, I've never done this before, so this is just to show you the steps I'm going through. This is not a tutorial. You need to do your own research. I'm pretty sure I got it right, but I could have it wrong. Hopefully, combined though with this and other research you do, it'll direct you in the right path. I'm going to show you what we've got here with the water filter. All right, so the water filter is down to here now. You can see the water level. So I've been able to pump all the water out except down to here. So the nice part is it's not going to make a mess. I'll be able to take that off. All right, so you'll pull this drawer out and then you'll be able to get to it. Put this on and then you'll turn it clockwise to get it loosened. One thing you want to do is when you get this, if you've never loosened it before, it's extremely tight, because if you don't get it on tight, it will leak. When I put it back on, I just made sure it was tight enough not to leak, but it came from the factory so tight I thought I was going to bust it. You will want to hold the top where the bowl attaches at the same time that you're turning that wrench thing to loosen it. You don't want to just pull the wrench. It'll bust it right off its mounting if you don't hold it steady. So I don't have enough light to show you that, but just be aware of that. So once you get the bowl off, which I will unscrew now, and it came out nice and easy because again most of the water was out. Take the filter out, set that aside. We won't be putting it back in. Probably we'll get a new one. We'll see on that. I'm not worried about it right now. You can obviously run without a filter. And then I'm going to pour this out. All right, so now I got the filter taken care of. Now I got to figure out how I'm going to get the antifreeze in here because I couldn't find the right valves and hoses because nothing was open today. Now I'm going to turn the valves off to go to the hot water heater. On the Geo Pro, at least this is the 19 FBS, it's got two. We got this valve here, turn it off, and this valve here, turn it off. So now the hot water heater is bypassed, and so that is good. So I'm not sure how I'm going to deal with this. I hope this will work. I looked at the model number on the pump and it's everything I looked in researching said it's 1/2-inch thread. So I got this. This is all I could find makeshift from Home Depot. 1/2-inch thread to 1/2-inch flexi hose here, and I know I don't have a valve or anything, but like I say, I just want a quick easy fix. We'll see how it goes. All right, it's working. It's filled it up. It's pumping it in. I have the valves open. Just pump it through. So I went ahead and put these back on down here. I was able to screw that on. I didn't go real tight because it doesn't feel like it's quite the right thread and I didn't want to jack up my pump, but it's not leaking. So I've already gone through one thing of stuff already. And it's still pumping out. So I think I'm gonna take more antifreeze. I should have bought more. All right, now let's go into here and let's do this bathroom. I'm out of liquid almost again. We get my third one. I should have bought more. All right, considering this antifreeze is only like $2 a gallon, I should have just bought more. I don't know if it normally should take this much, but I want to make sure I get all this stuff purged, and it still looks like there's water in the line, but I can't tell if it's water, air, or what exactly. And I'm burning through it real quick. I already gone through 3 gallons. And I still know I have to purge the shower in here a little better, and the outside shower still looked like it was spitting out water a lot. So I'm going to go to the store and get Extreme. Maybe I don't need 7 more gallons, but I mean it's only like 10 gallons would be $20 really. I should have just bought $20 worth and been done with it, because it's non-toxic, so I don't think it matters if it gets on the ground. All right, I figured it out. All you have to do is when you switch from one jug to the next is then just turn the pump off for a few seconds and then turn the pump back on and it will start pumping again. As you can see, I just did that and now it starts pumping without an issue. My black tank and my gray tank are empty once again, so that any water that was in the lines that made it their way into them has now been drained. All the lines have been flushed. I've left them open as well. And now I'm going to take what I have left. I've got several of these that didn't get drained all the way to the bottom. I'm going to flush the toilet. It has some in here already from before. Flush that. I'll pour a little more down. Now I'm going to shut it, and we'll put some in the bowl as well. And the traps are pretty well covered because the traps don't drain, and they've been basically flooded with this stuff. So the traps should be fine, but I need to get some into the gray tank. So that's what I'm doing right now. I will go ahead and spread it out amongst the traps, but I'm going to go ahead and pour what I have left in this. Down here. And one last. That should be good. Robin misunderstood me. She only got 4 more, so that put me at 4, 5, 6, 7. I really would have liked to have 10. Once in a while it was spitting, not a nice clear stream, and I think it might have just been air because the bucket was getting empty and not necessarily water. Pretty confident that's what it is, but it would have been nice just to do it with 10 of them. The ones that were $1.50 were all gone, so when she went back, these were $2.50 a piece. So 10 at $2.50 would cost $25 for all the antifreeze. That's cheap. So I'm going to turn the pump on, and then I'm going to disconnect so it'll suck anything out of that line, and I'm going to disconnect that and hook the other hose back up. I did put a cloth here. This didn't quite fit perfectly. I'll take this off. I know you can't see in there because it's dark, but pump's off. And I'll finish tightening up the actual original plumbing, close it all up, and I'm done. Actually, I'm going to do one other thing. I am going to go ahead and take the filter container off, because I don't think there's any reason to store liquid in that the entire winter. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the water filter bell and dump that. All right, I should be winterized. So I think that wraps it up. When we get home, we'll do a nice deep cleaning before we take it to the RV dealership to get repaired on the 10th. And I've got a punch list a mile long. I'm going to have them redo everything I even fixed. Rockwood should have to pay for that. Even if I've already fixed it, I know I won't get reimbursed for that, but I'm going to make them fix it again, just because.
He's like,
all right, so I talked him into going bowling tonight. So I pulled this bowling ball this entire trip to use it 2 times. No pressure. No pressure. Can she do it? Apparently I didn't give you enough pressure. So I got 67 the first game and 76 the second, and we won't even say what they got. Oh, well, pretty much 200 each.